Okay.
Here we go. Finally here. Performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you wanna clap. As we take you through this monkey rap. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire in spurts. If he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. DK, Donkey Kong. Kong's got style, so listen up to. She can shrink in size to suit her mood. She's quick and nimble when she needs to be. She can go through the air and climb up trees. If you choose her, you'll not choose wrong. With a skip and a hop, she's one cool Kong. He has no style, he has no grace. This Kong has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. Inflate himself just like a balloon. This crazy Kong just digs his tune. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is back again and about time too. And this time he's in the mood. He can fly real high with the jetpack on, with his pistols out. He's one tough Kong. He'll make you smile when places do. But gremlins beware, 'cause he's out. Donkey Kong. Finally, he's here for you. It's the last member of the DK crew. This Kong's so strong, it isn't funny. Can make a gremlin cry out. Can pick up a boulder with relative ease. Make ocean rocks seem such a breeze. He may move slow, he can jump high, but this Kong's one hell of a guy. Come on, Cranky, take it to the fridge. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells. Oh yeah, walnuts, peanuts, pineapple smells, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconut shells.
You can't start the adventure any other way. Red 2 standing by, all four lit and in the green, and welcome to Donkey Kong 64. I've been meaning to do this for a fair while. I'd wanted to do the Donkey Kong Country Trilogy, but I decided the DK64 would be a bit better. Now, interestingly enough, this screen is actually borrowed, without all the fancy animations, by the Game Boy Color version of Donkey Kong Country. Not too bad. So you can see we've got adventure, we've got our sound settings. We can't do Kong Battle, but you will see quite a few funny animations along the way as the Kremlings goof around behind DK. We've got our options and our standard adventure. If we leave DK standing around for a while, it will eventually turn to night. I'm probably not sure if I'll add that, but we could probably fast forward to that. Oh no, wait, it is turning to night. There are lots of fun little animations like this. And interesting note, the voice for Donkey Kong, along with the music, is provided by Grant Kirkhope. So we have 3 game files we can use, and the orange basically lets us Array's games. So, I pretty much described the story in the Manual Handling Episode 0. Basically, what's happened is King K. Rool has created a gigantic island, a mechanized island no less, and has managed to drive it to Kong Isle in order to blow it up with the massive Blast-O-Matic cannon. Exactly where K. Rool got a driver's license from, I'm not sure, so he's probably not that well equipped for careering about in an island. Anyway, we will go through that story and then we'll get onto the game proper. Let's get rolling. I'll be quiet for this bit.
I've been waiting a long time for this moment. Soon Donkey Kong and his pretty little island will be no more.
Yes, Your Excellency. The machine's made a great... No problem. Everything's fine. Gods! I want you to do everything in your power to keep Donkey Kong distracted. Steal that hoard of golden bananas he treasured so much, and take care of his pathetic friends. This time there can be no mistakes.
Oh, Your Excellency, we've already taken care of business.
I hope for your sake, you're right this time.
while you'll be busy looking for your precious golden bananas. Leave friends. I'll be preparing my lizard-flavored surprise.
Understandably, we can see a pin-up of candy in the back of DK's hut. Right by the bed.
Oh, DK, come quickly! They're gone! They're all gone! Oh!
I think I heard my voice a bit doing cranky. So, pretty much everything is gone. But we're in DK's house, we can actually slip on those bananas. Which is an interesting little touch if we look around. There's a tire. Okay, so I'm used to sort of... Yep, there we go. Got a fairly nice place here. Quite relaxed, a few books. DK's obviously not as stupid as he seems. And we've got a painting of a dolphin on the wall because around the time the codename Dolphin, what would become the Nintendo GameCube, was in development. And we're greeted to the beautiful surrounds of DK's treehouse. And a very mellow piece of music.
What? Your precious banana hoard and all the other Kongs have vanished. I can't find them anywhere, DK. You'd better go and tell Cranky the bad news. Fuck!
Oh, yeah. But we find DK's treehouse. We can wander around and basically have a look around the place. We've got a tunnel back here. B attacks as you can see. Or not C, but B. So, Banana Bunch coins, as I explained in manual handling, grab those to buy new abilities. You won't need a huge amount, and you can wind up purchasing different ones depending on who you get. Wait a minute. Yeah, it looked like the shadow is clipping through the wall a bit. Whoops. So, jump onto a tree to climb it. We will have to learn how to do that as we go. Now, of course, one of the problems is that the C-stick is using the C-stick is going to be a pain in the backside because it's not quite as precise as the C buttons were. So we can use R to center the camera behind DK, A is jump, and you can perform aerial attacks for a bit of extra height. Let's head off and go and talk to Cranky. Anytime you see Cranky's hut, it'll temporarily disappear and... Well, it'll be temporarily disappeared, but when you get closer, it will pop up out of the ground. An interesting way of hiding the entryways. Anyway, Cranky's lab.
Well, if it isn't my lazy good-for-nothing son. Lost your golden bananas again? And where might your flea-bitten friends be? You don't know, do you? I've thought you would be able to smell the work of a reptile by now. Luckily for you, old Cranky's batch of homemade potions will give you all the skills you need for your silly 3D quest. But you're not having any until you've completed my training barrels. Now buzz off and come back when you've done them.
So those are our training barrels, basic skills.
What did Cranky mean about training? Donkey all confused.
So we have one melon, we can take 4 hits before we're KO'd. See, that's going to be a real pain in the backside. Apologies if I do wind up going into 3D view, but we can jump into these barrels to get started. Fairly basic exercises, really. So we'll learn how to swim. Apes aren't always very good swimmers. It is believed to be because they have somewhat more dense figures. They don't necessarily have the flotation skills. It's all due to biology. So Z allows us to dive. We can use A to swim fast. B lets us swim slowly. And there we go. Can we make it up for air? Yes, we can. So Donkey Kong 64 was really my first encounter with the series. I had played little bits of Donkey Kong Country over at a friend's place, but it was mostly this game that got me into things. Oranges, Z and C right. Oh, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Basically, just run around and grab these. That worked. I thought I pressed C up, but okay. There we are. Now, oranges actually have the tendency to home in on targets. Kind of interesting. So yeah, this was really the first experience, and it's a pretty good one. This is the first time for the... Well, if you count this as one of the Donkey Kong Country games, since it sort of is a follow-on from that, this is the first time Donkey Kong has actually been playable since Donkey Kong Country. It's also the first time in the entire Donkey Kong Country series that he's not the worst character in the game. Speedruns, I think, tend to consider Lanky the worst character in the game because of his somewhat situational abilities and movement. But DK was a bit worse than Diddy because he was less agile and couldn't jump as well. Being able to stomp on certain enemies wasn't that helpful. He was a faster swimmer, but that didn't do too much. Anyway, vines. Essential part of any Donkey Kong game. Basically, we press A to climb. Jump onto here and press R to switch yourself around, and A is jump off. I think Z also lets you drop off the rope. Yep. So Z lets you jump off the rope. And there we go. That's your basic training. You'll get various bits of advice as you go along.
What? Hurry, DK! Go and get that potion from Cranky, and let's get going, what?
Can't quite get the high pitch just yet. But, so, it's sort of fairly standard 3D platformer style controls. Just with the famous camera issues that tended to plague a lot of 3D platformers.
You took your time, donkey. Jungle rust set in, did it? Here, drink this.
Simian Slam Butter Spashium. Every move has a sort of scientific name, and every Kong has a reaction to Cranky's potions, which is a nice touch.
Right, you and your missing buddies will be able to slam the ground by pressing A to jump, and then Z whilst in the air. It should get you out of this area. One more thing. I've got a real treat for you, but only if you bring me 15 banana medals. I think they look like this. I'll see you later, if you're lucky.
So this will sort of cover the basics. It is in all fairness a pretty good game. That's going to happen a lot. I'm just going to have to use the R button. It is a pretty good game, all things considered. Now we can, if we go over here, we can climb up this, and we'll be able to swing over to the banana horde. You can also use up and down to climb on various ropes. You'll note the music gets a little muted if you're going into certain cave areas. So, all the bananas are gone, but pay attention to these. You'll be able to deal with these later in the game. Also, like previous DK games, you can sometimes get a little bit of momentum by using your running attack and then jumping when you're near a ledge. Some characters perform moves by holding Z and then pressing B. Donkey Kong performs a rolling attack automatically. And every Kong has an idle animation too. We'll get to that a little bit later. So there we are, the Simian Slam, basic ground pound like Mario. So this is actually one of the biggest, it is the biggest collectathon.
Ark! He's back, DK!
Oh. King K. Rool's island is just over there. He must be the one who stole your bananas and kidnapped the other Kongs.
I've taken a quick look around, but the only area that hasn't been blocked off is that island with a cave on it over there. Ark!
Oof, yeah, I did hurt my voice doing Cranky a bit too much. So, we'll have to go over there. So, if you've played Mario vs. Rabbids and done the Donkey Kong DLC, you'll recognise that Grant Kirkhope reused Lagoon Promenade for that particular game. Lagoon Promenade is actually the DK Isles theme. So these are the banana ports. Find a similar numbered pad in the same area and press Z to banana port between the two. So, there are 5 in each level. So, there are our tank barrels, only DK's faces on it. The faces of the other Kongs will wind up being put on when you rescue them, and they'll also show up in the tag barrel. At the moment, it is just us. And every Kong has an animation that plays when you're getting ready to select them. There are lots of interesting little bits of characterization. So, if we leave DK standing around for a little bit, you can actually see the idle animations. I'll demonstrate those for each Kong. Now, this does have a lot of depth of characterization. It also gives me a chance to talk for a bit. This is the world record holder for most collectibles. 20 years on, this hasn't been beaten. Nobody actually wants to beat it because it's crazy. There's so much you have to get. Getting absolutely every little nitpicky thing is kind of unbelievable. It's pretty impressive, but there is something more that happens, trust me. So, DK will start chasing a fly. So there's DK's special animation. This game is a big record holder for collectibles. Press B to swim faster too, on the surface. There's a very good reason why nobody really bothered to go overboard. It's just ridiculous, but it gives you a lot to do, but some of it could be considered artificial longevity. Now, let's take a good look. This is a golden banana for Lanky. You must trigger that switch with Lanky's grape gun in order to get it. If you do somehow have the ability to collect a gold banana for another Kong, you will not be able to pick it up. So this is sort of the instruction episode. I'll plan out all my discussions as we go along. DK does a random barrel roll. And this is K. Lumsy.
Oh, hi. My name's K. Lumsy, and I've been logged in here because I wouldn't smash up some little island. But how could I? Such a lovely little island, full of cute monkeys, so I said no. K. Rool says I'm too soft to be a Kremling, and I'm to stay in here until I've toughened up. I'll do anything to be free again. Hey, little monkey. Perhaps you could help poor old K. Lumsy escape. Oh, go on, I'll be your bestest friend. Yes, Donkey will help K. Lumsy.
K. Lumsy is how you open all the levels. Bring him the boss keys and make him happy, and he'll smash through those openings with seismic vibrations. We are picking up good vibrations, and because this opens the way to the first level and the first golden banana, it's giving us excitations as well. So,
Oh, K. Lumsy's so happy now, but K. Rool has taken the keys to this cage and given them to the biggest and most feared soldiers in his army. If you manage to get hold of any keys, please bring them back here to open my locks. Don't tell K. Rool, though. This has to be our little secret.
Rightio, so if we move through here, we should be able to find something else as well. So there's another gold banana out here, and there is a character barrel. This is Phalanke. So you'll have to come back here once you've rescued him, which you'll do in Angry Aztec. And because we've activated the one banana port, we can take a quick jump back to the DK Isles. I'm always going to call it DK Isles even though it's Kong Isle. Now, here's basic enemy, Naughty. Hang on. I thought you could jump on some of them, but apparently I was wrong. There are certain enemies you can actually jump on, but mostly you'll be using your physical attacks, and this is our first gold banana. There are 5 in each of the 7 main worlds, and 5 in on the DK Isles too. If you want to restore your health, you can jump into the barrel. So there'll be a disappointed animation and an animation that plays when you're not actually selecting the characters. You'll see all those. There's a rock for Chunky to move. Interestingly enough, if you're playing as Chunky, he will encourage you to pick... If Chunky is the selectable character, he will encourage you to pick Tiny. However, you don't have to rescue Tiny. You don't have to rescue Tiny to get into Frantic Factory. Bead Locker is basically the guy that blocks you off from getting into various levels. If I disobey that fat old 4K rule, it's the big sawmill in the sky for me. So pay up pronto and I can get my wooden butt out of here. So it's basically a wooden sign, incoming beaver. So, also these doors, if I remember which one rotates where. These are wrinkly doors. Unfortunately, in the gap between Donkey Kong Country 3 and Donkey Kong 64, Wrinkly Kong passed away. She comes back as a ghost. I'll actually demonstrate what happens when you talk to her. Don't be afraid, young ones. It's only me, Wrinkly Kong. My body may have passed away since DKC3, but I'm here in spirit to help you defeat those naughty crocodiles. I can use my supernatural powers to reveal to you and your friends where that rogue K. Rool has hidden some of your precious golden bananas. You can come and see me wherever you see my face. Don't be shy now, dearies. So, if you get stuck, Wrinkly will be there to help you out. Come on! I haven't got all day. Show me the bananas, and I'm out of this dump. So, those numbers are actually on Bead Locker's teeth. Let's head on in to the first level, but of course it's interesting to note that the music, like a lot of Rare games, will wind up changing. You'll actually get little variations on each of the level themes, depending on where you are. Quite clever, it's a signature touch of Grand Kirkhope's and appears a lot in Banjo-Kazooie. We'll probably wrap up with our introductory episode here. DK is chasing a fly again. Let's finish up after this story section and I'll get on to the first bit of Jungle Japes and reveal the overall game plan. Let's get going!
Let's see how that fool Donkey Kong is progressing, shall we?
Note the Darth Vader style breath.
That's right, my skating friend. The ape hasn't even got his first banana yet. What? How did he do that? Very good, Donkey. But you'll need more than brute strength to stop me this time.